And they're off in the Laurel Turf Cup. Hello, Don Julio, as expected, with early foot. Final copy is sent up hard in that opening eighth of a mile to try to test Hello, Don Julio early. Postulation is back in third position, just 2.5 lengths on the front. Then it's back to Scuba racing in fourth, and Cuptado is in fifth. Barney Rebel racing sixth position and not in charge of the outside. Renown is settled back of the pack with Tis a Runner, and then final copy and Vintage Matters are the two in the back. Vintage Matters taken back last position, no hurry at all, and about 15 lengths off the early pace out there of Hello Don Julio, who went the opening quarter in 25.48 on this good ground. So Hello Don Julio, and the outside is final copy. He's switched out to the two path, so they're head to head for the lead, 2.5 lengths, and third is Postulation. Scuba racing in fourth. Barney Rebel tucked in on the inside in fifth, and Cuptado is next in sixth. Not in charge. Renown saving ground, some 8 lengths off that pace, and back to Tis a Runner. And Vintage Matters and Decisive Triumph is last of them all. 51.14 was the half-mile time. So round the second turn, and the outside final copy down to the inside. Hello Don Julio battling back for a little more with Postulation sitting in third position. Scuba is fourth. 10-year-old Barney Rebel is in fifth, and Cuptado out in the clear in sixth. Another 2 lengths, and it's not in charge, and Tis a Runner. Renown's asked for a little kick from the back of the pack, still down to the inside. Vintage Matters and Decisive Triumph is last. 6 and 116.45. So with 4.5 furlongs to go. The outside still is final copy testing Hello Don Julio on the pace of alternating so far. Cuptado and Postulation out of the inside. Scuba is in fifth, not in charge, sixth. Barney Rebel inside racing seventh position. Tis a Runner. Renown is now in between horses under a full ride and 7 lengths to make up. Renown scrubbed on for more runs, 7 or 8 from the front around that final turn. Decisive Triumph, and last to the back of the pack is Vintage Matters. So they swing midpoint on the final turn. Toward the top of the lane, Hello Don Julio. Cuptado running a big one on the outside. Final copy trying to stay on but driven, and Postulation down to the inside. They're coming past the 316s. Paul now on the outside. Cuptado's trying to get to Hello Don Julio. Hello Don Julio and Cuptado 1-2 in that last furlong. Hello Don Julio. Cuptado keeps on plugging along and trying, making inches late. Hello Don Julio. Hello Don Julio all the way. Hello Don Julio from Cuptado to win 3/4 of a length. Postulation was next, then final copy, either Scuba or Vintage Matters next. For 3-5-1. Double $34, pick three $112.40. $2 exacta $260. Dollar trifecta $1,470. Dollar superfecta $4,106.
Rider Channing Hill, great job on Hello Don Julio, just a masterful front running ride. It seemed like the key was just how settled he was even when he had company from the outside.
To be honest with you, I couldn't believe how settled he was. Obviously the turf course is a little soft, but he was so good. The first couple of jumps I got to shut Gary off, and then obviously he came back out and around me, and it showed you how much class this horse had. But he took a deep breath as soon as Gary put a head in front, took another deep breath, and I was like, oh, man, this is great from here, especially with a little outside pressure. I didn't want to go that fast, but I mean, I thought we set a sensible pace, and he punched on hard. I'll be honest with you, down the lane, I figured if that was it, I would have been real happy. And did you watch the way he galloped out? I mean, he galloped out like he went 5/8 on 101. You know, and come back all the way back, I barely pulled him up. So I just want to thank Mike and Brandon. Brandon's one of my best friends. So this win means a lot to me, and it was very exciting coming in and riding in such a nice horse.
Well, you had a very well-prepared horse, but you gave him a terrific ride. It seemed like he might have almost been waiting on company a little bit in the stretch.
A little bit, yeah, just like I was saying galloping out. Obviously from the 8th pole, I was just hoping he would kick on. The horse that runs second actually come at us a little bit. You know, I was hoping that he'd find something. Obviously he did. He just kind of galloped away from him.
Now, I watched him on the gallop out. He kind of went past the gap with you, and then here he came past. That's surprising for a horse to be able to get that much air.
That's what I was saying. I was really surprised how much he took me. And like you said, it's not like we went 3/4. You know, he kind of galloped around there. He obviously had to go a 1.5 miles on a soft ground and then gallop back like that. It was impressive.
Well, here's the rider. Hello, Don Julio. Terrific ride. I think he's more out of breath than the horse.
Exactly.
$4,752.34. Super high five. Carry over to race 9. Double $34, pick three $112.40. 9th race, scratch 1 Goldwood, 12 contributing, 13 Touch of Bling, 14 Not in Jeopardy, 15 Jumbie Bay, 16 Dare to Be. 6 Furlong second finish. The Sensible